Hey guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. Um, Today we have got a Kevin Samuels. I guess he's just talking to a couple people just on his one on ones, where he basically goes like, rate yourself 1 to 10 on how think of you, how attractive do you think you are. You can't say 7. I've seen a few of these. And Abba and Preacher are going to be reacting to it just to get a little more humor out of this. Late to the Kevin Samuels party. Well, not late, and I've seen him before, but just doing a reaction video. Um, so many of you guys probably know who Kevin Samuels is already. Um, and I guess I'll give you my thoughts on Kevin Samuels towards the end. But let's get right into the video, guys.
Kevin Samuels. So we did a live stream with him recently, and there was some really great moments. A lot of people feel like Kevin Samuels really dislikes women, all right, and that he hates them. So I did some research, and I found a clip that I think you guys are going to enjoy.
And yet, hold on. He is harsh on women. You living an interesting life. I mean, 34 working in the warehouse. What are you doing that's interesting?
I mean, I like to work out.
Okay.
I mean, I like to go out, places and visit places and stuff.
Okay.
I don't
what are you doing that's interesting?
see. I didn't have none of that when I was a kid, man. I didn't go to my proms and nothing like that.
And at 34 years old, that's your responsibility to address. It's nobody's concern but your own. No one cares what you
I don't know the context. I guess they just were talking about whatever.
did not have.
So it showed me
That's your problem. That's it. I didn't have a father. That's my problem. Everybody got something. How tall are you?
I'm only 5'5". Just turned.
What kind of shape are you in?
Okay, just a quick point. I personally think this is cringe. Like when he's talking to people, like I don't know. It seems kind of. How tall are you? What's your weight? What's your height? What's your age? It's like, okay, but whatever.
I'm overweight, working on it right now.
Okay. You got two struggles already. You can't be short and fat.
Yeah.
2 strikes.
That's good. I was trying to keep my straight face during the interview day. I could not. You only got 2 struggles. Pick one. 2 strikes.
2 strikes. Yeah.
About how much do you make a year?
40,000.
And how old are you? Almost 40. So you're underemployed too.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's
bro.
underemployed, but
so
it's
short,
about average.
Don't have to worry about that. But your weight and your money with your confidence. Why would the female of the species want to take your genes and put them into the next generation?
Correct.
Short, I mean, you're fat, underemployed, and unambitious.
Okay, well, the reason why I'm laughing is not because I want to pound the dude. It's because of the way he says it and how blunt it is.
Yes, not only the way he says and how blunt he is, but again, I personally think even just going down like the checklist is just cringe and funny. But
it's true though. He's not lying about what he's saying. A lot of people put themselves in disadvantaged positions either because life has already dealt them a bad hand, i.e. like being 5'2" as a man or whatever, and then they don't do anything to compensate to help themselves. So of course, life is going to be cruel to you in some degrees. And when he says it, it's just like you're so not used to hearing that on open platforms that I could not help myself and I was dying.
What I believe he said is not what he thinks of the person. He doesn't know the person, but it's actually what is happening out there. Like when he says, what makes a woman want to take your genes and put it out there? At the end of the day, it's not necessarily what he thinks, but that's what the dating world is.
Yeah,
that's the whole purpose of the dating world. Yeah, but you don't know if that person is nice and whatever. I understand that. I get that. But other people, that's me, I'm attracted by the smarts. The smarts is not something that you see from afar. You have to sit down to have a conversation. And what attracted you to sit down was the looks, was what they...
I get it, but I think that's more online dating. And I mean, yes, obviously, if you're a more physically attractive person than somebody, you're probably going to get more attention off the bat from a, male or female, vice versa. But I mean, I don't know. I think they're putting, to me, I think they're putting too much stock into I mean, the weight, yes, but the height and the money. I mean, mean, I get it. You see a lot of modern women that like I want a man with six figures, but I think that's not the majority. And if it is, it's not a giant majority. And I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of people that are, not that ambitious, that are not the greatest looking, you know, that don't make them a lot of money. I mean, a lot of times he's in his case he's 34, but I'm talking about for my around my age group. No one's really. I mean, not a lot of people are making bank this early. I mean, and hell, a lot of people don't even know the direction in which they're going to take their life. For me, for example, um, there's an ad that's coming on their video. I
Face
just
off.
noticed it. It's this ad.
Electronic signatures, they're great. I mean, I don't understand how we used to do it before.
They're really sought after.
But let me finish real quick. But I think it's more on the confidence, more on, I guess putting yourself out there more, if that makes sense. Like, I mean, think of it like this: you've got 100 people in the room, and you're too scared to approach any of them, and you're not a very attractive person, and you're short as a guy. You can kind of predict what's going to happen. But I think if you shoot all 100 shots, you might be able to make a few if you have a good personality. And I think that's something that I wish Kevin Samuels would do a little better. Maybe he does, but I get it. A lot of it is entertainment, and he's short, blunt, and to the point. But at the same time, I don't think you're getting a lot of production from just saying blah 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 blah. So you need to lose weight, make more money. See you later. I mean, I get it, but that's just me.
All right, men are the employees. Now, if men doesn't have the criterias or the credentials, the college level education, you're not even going to give them an interview. There's a lot of people who are fit for jobs but don't have the paperwork behind it. But you're never going to know. So you saying they're like, no, we want the most competent people. Well, based off the criteria that you have, a lot of those people are going to get filtered out. So that's what it comes down to. When you are a ugly, unattractive, short, whatever it might be, if you don't have anything else to try to elevate your resume, you're not even going to get through the door.
That's very true. I like how he articulates it better than Kevin. He I guess it's just he makes it more appealing to listen to for me, but I just like how he worded that better. A little bit less focus on you and more about kind of the reasons behind why you might not have as much success as you think you should. Because you might. It's very true. A lot of people in work that don't go to college, don't have that degree, don't have the work experience. They might not even get the interview. And if they do get the interview, they're not really going to be taken that seriously. But they might be a lot more qualified than the guy that, went to college. And I think you're starting to see that a little more as college is being more and more pushed on. A lot of people are refusing it. And, a lot of people realize just because you have a degree doesn't make you necessarily more qualified than somebody that doesn't, that could just be smarter or is a harder worker or whatever. I'm saying.
Should males like that in the animal world be able to mate?
No.
At 38 years old,
Oh, he's 38.
is this where you thought you'd be in life?
No.
And what are you doing about it?
Working out.
No, you ain't working out your fat.
That's true.
Okay, you can still be working out if you're fat, but
I'm sorry.
I'm not a big fan. But
See, this is why I have these conversations, because a lot of this stuff gets lost in the sauce when women start talking about women and these red pills and all this other kind of stuff. This ain't got nothing to do with women. See, at 5'5", at 5'5", you should be in shape for you. You have zero confidence, and you're a quitter. You're
okay,
underperforming,
now let's
and you lack ambition. You need to go enroll in martial arts or boxing somewhere and let somebody knock the shit out of you.
Okay.
Because you don't know who you are.
Okay. See, this is my biggest problem. I mean, maybe that's partly true, but he leads it on. He leads it on. He's a little overzealous and a little over the top. And then the advice he gives is, I'm not the really. Do you have to go get your ass kicked to find out who you are? What? What is that gonna do besides walk you home with the ice bag on top of your head? I don't know.
People really translate that as, oh, you need to get beat. Is that what you're wishing him to? No, but there's something that you have to understand about martial arts and taking a punch.
I'm not saying martial arts is not. I mean, of course you can get a lot of discipline from it, but
That teaches you about life, about not quitting no matter what
yeah.
happened. No matter about how you get rocked, you get back on.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he meant.
It's about adversity.
Yeah, but again, I like your explanation better than his. He needs to add a little more detail and describe it a little better than. But
You live a dull life and you lack ambition. You know, one thing that was good about martial arts, like if you're a beginner, you go in there and you spar, or you do whatever, you train, you get humbled all the time. You're getting constantly submitted. You're constantly getting knocked on the floor. Like at safety, you're constantly learning new techniques. So it's good. It's good for building character, and I think that's what he's saying about this.
Yeah, but it's funny.
it is, and I also think going on what Preach said, it's not necessarily talking about purely martial arts. It could be anything in life. You get knocked down, you fail. You know, YouTube, let's say you make 10 videos and none of them get any views. Are you just gonna quit and just give up and mope about it? No, I'm gonna try and maybe do a little research on how I can get more, um, you know, viewership, and maybe I'm gonna take an editing class and learn how to edit a little better, or take more time to edit. Maybe I'm gonna rethink my vision of my channel. Maybe do something different to try and get more views. But I don't like how he goes about saying stuff. And I can see how people like him. I can see how people dislike him. But I think overall, I do think he's needed to a point. But
The point of what he says is the delivery is
because I think at the end of the day, if his goal is to really help people, because I don't think he's necessarily a bad guy, and I haven't heard a lot from him, so I'd like to see him in like a podcast format, talking to somebody where he can get, I get it. He wants to reach a lot of people or whatever, so he's got to be a little quicker. But if his goal is to help people at the end of the day, I think he's got to do a little better job of going about it. But that's just my opinion. Um, But I think it's important because I think a lot of people nowadays they lack a lot of self awareness. And I mean, especially with technology and fast food and just everything nowadays, everything is people are getting lazier and lazier. And I'm definitely part of that. I'm definitely eat too much fast food. Um, so I'm not saying I'm any better than anybody else. I fall victim to it as well. Um, but yeah, I mean, overall, I would if I was interviewing people, I don't know. I, if I was that harsh to them, I would, I don't know, preference a little, I don't know, a little better advice, I would say. If you're going to be just as hard critiquing them, you got to be just as hard as giving them advice. But that's just me.
I kind of disagree with some of the things you're saying.
Okay.
So, new
How
guy.
old are you?
New guy.
20.
Okay. Why does your opinion matter?
Everyone's opinion is valid.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. 20-year-old.
Oh, God. Okay. Again, your opinion doesn't matter. Okay. Yes and no. And his response was stupid, though. Everybody's opinion is valid. No, everyone's opinion is not valid.
Guy who's
Shut up.
I was done.
Okay, this one, I can laugh at this
He's
one
right.
because that guy was
when
pretty
you're
stupid.
19 and you got these super strong
20.
opinions, it's like it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But
The
also,
experiences back it up.
exactly. It was just funny the way he said it. And I played this whole thing to one, show you two things. One, that men do need a lot of this counseling and this kind of guidance. And two, that there isn't an uneven idea. If you come to ask a man for advice and he talks to you the same way he talks to men, if he talks to you ladies, it doesn't mean he hates you guys. You guys are so...
I want to tell you about my third Thursday book club.
I watch
This is not your average book club.
So used to men talking to you with cushions, a certain level of like tone policing that you assume direct honesty and bluntness is somehow an attack on you. No, this is how we talk to each other oftentimes. It's not for everyone, but if you come to ask for advice, it's what you're going to get. The military and basic training and all these things, it's not for everyone, which is why they don't come in your bedroom and tell you to get up and do push-ups or run at 5 in the morning or to log stuff around or to make sure that you're ready for inspection. They don't come to your place. You go to them. How does it make sense for you to go to them and be like, you're mean, this is unnecessary? Why would you go, man? C'est vraiment ça qui se passe. Go ahead.
I got a story.
Go ahead.
Story time with Preach. You're probably going to see that one in the Patreon, so subscribe. Yo,
I think whatever. Accept the idea that, yo, maybe you don't know. Maybe these things are taken out of context. You just seeing a bunch of clips of him talking to women, maybe it's because that's just what seems to be the most polarizing. That's what people gravitate to. Doesn't mean that he doesn't talk to men. Doesn't mean that he's not coaching men. He's not telling them what to do. You just haven't done the research to know.
So yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I don't think he's got a bias towards men or women. You know, I think he's just as harsh as men, you know, as he is. Just as harsh to men as he is to women. It's me.
You say he hates women based off of what? Limited information, clips that were taken off of his 2-hour live stream, and you watched a 2-minute clip. So just be mindful of that. If you're going to look at this clip and tell me he's not being as savage to these men as he is to the ladies, I would question that. So that's what I'm making this video for. Like I said, man, I think a lot of us could use some blunt honesty. But if you ain't ready for it, don't ask for it. Some of y'all are asking for you not ready for it and then crying victim afterwards. No.
I'm not gonna lie, I did see one clip of Kevin Saumels talking to a guy. Yes. Again, these are some of the questions that what it's crosses a line for me. He's like, how big is your he was like he hesitated and was he might have even said it was big, but he's like, no, you hesitated. Anybody that hesitates. So you got a small, you're fat, you're short, whatever. Again, is that really necessary? And again, in terms of dating, who's gonna know based on the first day how big, you know? And I don't know, but that's just an example of me saying where he crosses the line. I get the relevance to it, but like I said, you know, try and keep it positive in the comments. So if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and leave a comment down below what you think on Kevin Saumels. You know, what you think about you know, the bluntness and the honesty. Do you think some people need that? Yeah, hey guys. So my editing was really weird and effed up, and I lost my outro. So I'm not gonna remake a clip, just my outro. So I'm just gonna do a quick voiceover. So please hit the bell notification, subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. It really helps my channel to get seen. Because my most viewed video is 70 views. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.